There is a quiet kind of suffering that lives inside millions of people, not the loud, dramatic kind that others can see, but the kind that sits behind a smile at a dinner table, behind a laugh at a crowded party, behind a perfectly curated life that looks complete from the outside but feels hollow from within. It is the suffering of someone who has everything they were told they needed, yet still wakes up each morning with a heaviness in their chest they cannot name. This is the story of most people. And it begins not with tragedy, but with a lie. From the very beginning, the world hands us a map. It is drawn with confident lines and clear destinations. It says, study hard, get the grade, earn the degree, land the job, find the partner, buy the house, build the life, and then, only then, will you arrive at happiness. The map looks convincing. Everyone around you seems to be following it. So you follow it too, never once stopping to question whether the destination actually exists at the end of that road. Years pass. Milestones are reached. Boxes are checked. And for a brief, glittering moment after each achievement, something that feels like happiness flickers to life inside the chest. But it never stays. It fades faster than expected, leaving behind a strange emptiness and an even stranger thought, is this it? Most people never ask that question out loud. Because asking it feels dangerous. It feels ungrateful. It feels like admitting failure in a world that only rewards the appearance of success. So instead, they do what the map tells them, they chase the next thing. A bigger title. A larger house. A newer version of themselves. They run, and run, and run, not towards something real, but away from the quiet fear that happiness was never waiting for them at all. This is the first reason most people never find happiness. They are searching for it in the wrong places, outside of themselves, in the validation of others, in the accumulation of things, in the approval of a world that will never give enough of it. They have been conditioned to believe that happiness is a reward earned through achievement, when in truth, it is a practice cultivated through presence. The second reason lives even deeper. It is the story people carry about themselves, the one written in childhood by careless words, by absent parents, by classrooms that measured worth in grades and conformity. These stories become the invisible architecture of a person's inner world. They whisper constantly, just beneath the surface of conscious thought, you are not enough. You do not deserve peace. Love must be earned. Rest is weakness. And because the mind believes what it hears most often, these whispers harden into beliefs. And beliefs shape everything, every choice, every relationship, every quiet moment alone. A person who does not believe they deserve happiness will sabotage it every time it arrives. They will push away the love that is gentle because they only recognize love that is complicated. They will create chaos in moments of calm because stillness feels unsafe. They will dismiss their own joy before anyone else has the chance to take it. This is not weakness. This is survival instinct turned inward, a wound that has never been given the language to heal. The third reason is perhaps the cruelest of all. Most people are not living their own lives. They are performing the life they believe they are supposed to live. Every decision quietly filtered through the question of how it will look, what others will think, whether it fits the image they have spent years carefully constructing. The authentic self, the one with strange passions and inconvenient dreams and needs that don't fit neatly into social expectations, gets buried. Silenced. Dismissed as impractical. And when the authentic self is silenced long enough, it stops knocking. It retreats. And what remains is a person who is functional, but not alive. Successful by every external measure, but disconnected from the very thing that makes life feel worth living. Happiness does not live in achievement. It does not live in the opinions of others. It does not live in a future moment that will finally make everything make sense. Happiness, the real, lasting, unshakable kind, lives in a relationship with oneself. It lives in the courage to know what you actually feel and to honor it without apology. It lives in boundaries that protect your peace. It lives in the willingness to sit in silence without reaching immediately for distraction. It lives in gratitude not for a perfect life, but for a present moment that is real. Most people never find happiness because they are afraid of what they will find if they stop running. They are afraid of the grief that needs to be grieved. Afraid of the anger that needs to be felt. Afraid of the loneliness that needs to be admitted. Afraid that if they look honestly at their life, they might have to change it, and change is terrifying when the wrong life is the only one you have ever known. But here is the truth that no one tells you. The moment you stop running is not the moment you fall apart. It is the moment you begin. It is the moment the fog starts to lift. It is the moment you realize that the happiness you have been exhausting yourself chasing was never hiding at the end of the road. It was here, all along, waiting patiently inside the only place you forgot to look. You. The work is not easy. The path back to yourself is rarely straight. But it is the only journey that has ever truly mattered. And it begins not tomorrow, not when life settles down, not when you finally feel ready. It begins now. In this breath. In this moment of honest recognition. That is where happiness lives.